It's a Sicha, as you know, in Chelik Lamed Beis, Parshas Achrei, Sicha Beis. It's possible, I think, that we learned the Sicha a few years ago, but it happens to be an interesting Sicha and explains the Rambam. But it has a Yeroah. It's a very interesting Sicha. Since the Parsha of Achrei talks about Yom Kippur, the Aveda of the Kohen Gadol and Yom Kippur in the Samikdash and the Kedesh HaKadoshim, so the Rebbe brings you the Mishnah. What?
5 minutes.
Did someone say something?
No, I don't think I need
Okay.
to everybody.
Okay, mute everybody, I guess. If someone wants to ask something, then you could unmute yourself, I think.
Yeah, I think that.
So the Mishnah says, Nan Mesichta Yuma, it says in Gemara Yuma, Besof Avedas Kohen Gadol Yom Kippurim, at the end when it describes what the Aveda of the Kohen Gadol on Yom Kippur was, so it says like this, at the end, Kiddush Yodav Raglov, he would wash his hands and feet, Poshat Big Dizov, and he took off his golden clothes, because we know that always the Kohen Gadol, when he did Aveda, any time of the year, he had to wear the Shmein of Godim, the 8 clothes, which are called the golden clothes. On Yom Kippur, he had to do the Aveda a whole day, but some parts he changed from his golden clothes, the regular ones, which had gold in it, to the big delavan, which is called the white clothes, the linen clothes. Whenever he went into the Kedesh HaKadoshim, because he went in once and went out and came again, so he would wear the linen clothes. And when he changed, every time he changed, he would wash his hands and feet. Kiddush Yadayim Raglayim. So at the end it says, after he finished everything, he took off the bigdies off, took off the golden clothes. Hey, big they brought him his own personal private clothes, velovash, and he dressed, put on his plain clothes. And people would escort him home. And he would make a yontev, a party for his friends. So the lotion of the Mishnah is B'shah, at the time when he came out B'sholem from the Kodesh, he would make a party for his friends. Now, B'sima Mishnah, said this ends of the Mishnah where it says that he made a yontev. So we just read the way it's printed in our Mishnah. The lotion is he made a party B'shah sheyotze B'sholem and HaKodesh. B'sholem is at the time when he went out B'sholem. But Yesh Geras and others are Geras al sheyotze. Instead of B'shah when he went out, he made a party because he went out B'sholem. The Rambam writes the same thing also. That he writes that he made a party for what? What was he celebrating? He was celebrating that he got out. But the way we have the Girsa, it doesn't say why he was celebrating, it just says when he was celebrating. The Kosim of Horshim Pirish Girshazu, so the Mefarshim write, Shat at this Girsa where it says he made the party al sheyotza because he went out. She'ena kavona shemiyad b'tzeisim in hakeda she'esa yonte b'esayim. But why does the Rambam say that? Why is that Girsa? Because he didn't make a party mamish when he left. When he finished Aveda, and the way the Lashon is mashma, that finished Aveda, changed into his clothes, and B'shasi went out, he made the party. That can't be, they say. Sharei hoya misane. It was in Kippur. They had to fast. And when he finished Aveda, in Kippur wasn't over yet. So if you're going to be good at saying that he made the party as soon as he went out, can't be. He probably made it the next day. That's what the Rambam he writes, it's not telling us when he made it. Telling us why he made it. Well, because a bit say he doesn't write when he went out. When we say in Yom Kippur, in the Machzer, we say there we use the lotion that he made a party when he went out. The Rambam doesn't write that. Had he written that way, with them shorter words. But Herek L'Shein, the Rambam added a word, made it longer. Al Sheyotzo Lashminen Ki L'Mocharo Yesa. To tell us that he didn't make the party then, he made the party the next day. That's why we have to change it from B'Shah Sheyotzo when he went out to why he went out. But the Mefarshim asked, how do you know it was in Kippur? He finished Aveda, it wasn't in Kippur, was it over? Then he went to light the Menorah. And maybe Achalevish Big Day took him time to get dressed. The Heiler Bekovet is Halle Betume. He probably went slowly. People escorted him, so it took time. But that when he got home, it was already night. The year Davke, and the Taka could be when he left. So B'Meila, they ask a Shaila on the Mefarshim who say that the reason the Rambam doesn't say when he went out, because when he went out couldn't make a party because it was in Kippur, it's not true. Because from when he finished and until he got home, It took time. B'meila, it was already after Yom Kippur. B'meila, so we're back to trying to explain what is the difference in the girsas. Till now, we thought the difference in the girsa is, if it says when he went out, it's telling us the time. And now he has to change it because it can be when he went out. But that, we say, could be. So what's the difference in the two girsas? Why did the Rambam change it? To say he made the party not when he went out, but because he went out? The Nira Leib, the Rebbe says, the two girsas depend on the two reasons that we find why he made the party. What was the reason he made the party Motzi Yom Kippur? One reason is he made a party as a Suda Seidoah. He came out from a dangerous place. Like people who come on from a dangerous place, they cross the Yam, they cross the Midbar. You have to thank the Eibishter. You have to say Gemel. You have to bring a korban teito. Had a Ken Gadol not been deserving, he would not come out alive that day. So that's what we find, that when he davened inside, before he came out, he didn't daven long, not to get the people scared. Because if the people would see the Ken Gadol staying inside too long, they would be afraid he died. Because it's very possible that he died. The Rambam explains had he been late inside, they were afraid, maybe he died. Many Kehanim Dalim would die in Kedesh HaKadoshim if they were not tzaddikim, were not rui. Or if he made a mistake and he changed something of the Torah, everything had to be exactly the way it's supposed to. Any little change, he could die. So therefore, when he came out, Baruch Hashem, he came out from a dangerous place. So he had to thank the Eibishter, like someone who comes from there, he makes a Suda Seidoah. So he made a yontif, a party for the fact that he was, the Eibishter protected him in that dangerous place. And the second reason is a different reason. The fact that he finished Aveda and Hashem accepted the korbanos. So he thanked Hashem not because he was in a dangerous place. Thanked Hashem for giving him the schus of being able to do the Aveda and giving him the schus to be the one to bring korbanos to be mechaper all the Eden. Or b'chlal, thanking Hashem that he was happy that he was able to go into Kedesh HaKadoshim. So it's a different type. It's not a thanks of a hidoah for leaving a dangerous place. It's thanking Hashem for giving him an opportunity to do great things. Now, since we have these two reasons, depending on these two reasons, that's going to be the difference in the two versions that we had before, whether it's b'shosha yotzo or al sheyotzo. One version, one gears is that he made the party when he went out, and the other one is because he went out. And this is the pshat. Hageris and b'shosha yotzo b'sholem, the ones that learned the words, that he made it when he went out, hold like the second reason, that he didn't do it because he came out from a dangerous place. He made the party thanking Hashem for giving the opportunity to bring the korban, and he was the one that brought the kapara for the Eden. The yontav is that he had thanking Hashem that was able to do the Aveda of Yom Kippur. That's why they're not gators. He made the party because he went out. Because the fact that he got out peacefully, he got out in one piece, that's not the reason why he made the party. That means the fact that we're saying, when did he make the party? When he went out, it means as soon as he got out and as soon as he got home, he made the party. So then, Madgish, that shows that shows that why did he make the party? Because of the Aveda. So therefore, as soon as he finished the party, as soon as he finished the Aveda, he made the party. So why is it negated to say he did it when he came out in peace? What's negated the word that he came out in Sholem? The fact that he came out with Sholem is a raya that Hashem accepted his karbonis. So the reason is not because he came out with Sholem. The reason is because he thanked Hashem for letting him bring the karbonis. How did he know that Hashem accepted it? Because it was B'Sholem. So therefore, if you hold that the reason why he made the party is thanking Hashem for the Aveda, so that's why you say, when did he do it? As soon as the Aveda was over. So that girsa is B'Shosh Yotza. Hashem can girsa al sheyotza b'Sholem and Kedesh. Those are that he made the party because he went out B'Sholem. Svira lu keif and alaf anal. Hold like the first reason. That the party was because he thanked Hashem that he came out in one piece, that he came out b'sholem, that he was saved from the dangerous place. Like the words, he made it all for the reason because he came out b'sholem. That the yontiv was he came out. The fact that he came out b'sholem is a main point here. According to this girsa, the main reason is because he came out b'sholem. He could have come out sick because he didn't. Maybe he would make a mistake. He'd come out sick. He wouldn't come out b'chlal. He came out b'sholem. That's why he made the party that he came like I should say though, like you bench Gaimel, he came out on Sakona. So now we know the two girsas. The girsa that he did it when he came out holds that the reason he did it because thanking Hashem for the Aveda. So that's why when he came out, he did it, made the party. And the one that says Al Shiyotza learns that he made the party thanking Hashem that he came out, that Hashem protected him and he came out from dangerous place. Now the Rebbe goes even further. Now the Shaila will be, when did he make the party? So according to what we say now, could be both, according to both opinions at night. According to the one that it's thanking for the Aveda, it was right away, for sure at night. According to the other opinion that he did it because he came out thanking Hashem for what Sakana, we don't know. Maybe he made it at night, or maybe the next day. When you make a Suda Saidoa for being protected in a dangerous situation, you don't make it the second it happened. Maybe a day later. So far, it's not clear when he made it. Could be either time. But the Rebbe says, Ula Yashrei me Yisayim, is that you could say more. According to this opinion, that he did it as a thanking for Hashem for his personal protection from the dangerous place. We could say that probably he did not make it that night when he came out. Not only right away, he didn't even make it b'chlal the night. At night when you could eat, he did not make it. You could say that. But according to the opinion that he did it because he thanked Hashem for the Veda, he made it at night. But the other one, the Rebbe says, I have a svara to say that he b'dafke did not make it at night, but the next day. Why? The next day. According to this reason that he made it, thank Hashem for going out from a dangerous place, like you bench gamel, things like that. In the time of the Beis Hamikdash, not only you bench gamel, anytime you were saved from a sakana, you have to bring a korban teita. So if we consider this a makom sakana, and he was thanking Hashem makom sakana, probably he brought a korban teita. So it makes sense. So when did he make the party? Probably when he made the korban teita. You couldn't bring a korban to the next day. Korbanos you could only bring during the day. So probably he made the party also the next day. So according to the one that he did it because thanking Hashem for the Aveda, he probably did it right away, as soon as the Aveda was over. But the other way, probably the Rebbe says you could say he did it b'dafke the next day. But the Rebbe says it's not true. It's a svara, but it's not true. Since we find no place that the Kohen Gadol had to bring a korban teida the next day, so obviously he did not have to bring. But mainly the whole svara we said that probably he made it at the party the next day because together with the korban teida, it doesn't say anywhere he brought a korban teida. Batam yeshlemer. Why Taka didn't he have to bring a korban teida? L'chura is a dangerous place. The reason is she'emokim klal leimesh hakaporas bnei Yisrael mamidas hamachaper v'sakonas mobis vadoyis at shetzorech lohavi korban teida. It makes no sense to say because he went and did Aveda and he brought a kapora for all the Eden. That should be considered lahalocha as a definite sakona because you only bring a korban teida when there's a definite sakona. So it's hard to say that this is called a definite. Bringing Aveda and mechaper the Eden brings you to sakona vadois, and korban teida you only bring when it was a definite sakona. But the question is, why is it not a sakona? L'chura, since one little mistake, and you could die. So the Rebbe says, probably because they trained. The din is that he had to train him. They trained him. He practiced for 7 days before. He practiced different things, so he should not make a mistake. But Mele, we don't consider it a sakana vadois, bring a korban teida. But nevertheless, it's a dangerous place anyway. Enough that he should want to make a suda seidoah. So Mele, maybe he made the suda seidoah at night, but maybe not. The svara was maybe for sure the next day. He said, no, But the bottom line, what comes out from here is that we have these two ways. One way is that the kavanah, why he made the party, was thanking Hashem for giving him the opportunity to do the Aveda. And the second one is thanking Hashem for protecting him from a dangerous place. Now, but we still have to understand the sheet of the Rambam. The Rambam is the one that said that he made a party. And we said, why did he make the party? According to the Rambam, because he thanked Hashem for being saved from the danger. Why did the Rambam bring it? The L'chura Sefer Halachas V'Leisipur Dvarim. It's a sefer that tells us halachas. It doesn't tell us what things that happened. Doesn't tell us stories. It doesn't tell us things that were done. Even though it was a custom that every year the Kohen Gadol did it. Like people have to thank Hashem, so he always did it. There's no halacha that he has to make the party. Why would the Rambam bring it? The Rambam only brings things which is al pi halacha you got to do, or halacha you're not allowed to do, but not stam telling things that happen. But then the Rebbe warns. Now the Rambam first does like this. First he says all the halachas of Yom Kippur and Aveda of Yom Kippur, what they have to do. Then the Rambam says, now I'm going to give you the whole order. Before he just said different dinim. Now I'm going to tell you the story. Not the word story, but I'm going to tell you the order of the Aveda. And he goes on. In this Perek, going on to tell this is what came first, this is what came next, this is what came after. In this Perek, he's not telling us the halachas of Yom Kippur. Elasaper, Seder, Kol HaMaisim, Pishanasa B'Peil. What's the way it was done? Shaloch and Chazar Rambam Meshona Kama Prokim, Protim Perek. That's what the Rambam in this Perek, where he goes through the order, repeats many things. After Kvar Kosvam B'Prokim Aketmi, he wrote it before. But the reason is keeping Shul Matayra Seder Kol HaMaisim, because after he wrote the halachas, now he goes into the order. So L'chura, you could answer, why does the Rambam write this? Because this place where he writes it is not part of the halachas. That's telling us what happened. And this is part of what happened. The Kohen Gadol would make a party. So the Rebbe, no, that's not an answer. When the Rambam says, I'm going to tell you the order of everything that happened this day, doesn't mean everything that happened, push it physically. It's only those things that have to do with the Aveda of that day. And according to the Rambam, he holds that the reason he made it the party because he was protected from the sakona. Behind the The reason why he made the party is not because the Aveda was niskabel. Had it been for that reason, you could say it's part of the Aveda. After the Aveda was over, he thanked Hashem for the Aveda. So Mele, the Rambam writes it in this place. But the Rambam doesn't hold like that. The Rambam holds the reason he did it, he came out safe. So the Yontif has nothing to do with the Aveda of that day. Certainly, if you hold, like we said before, maybe, that he did the party the next day, certainly has nothing to do with what happened on that day. Even if you're going to hold according to the Rambam. He made the party at night, but still, it's only what the Kohen Gadol used to do, his own personal feeling of thanking Hashem for saving him. It doesn't fit in the Maisim of that day, which means the Aveda. That's not part of the Aveda. It's after the Aveda was over, he thanked Hashem for being protected, to being safe. So the Rebbe answers, why does the Rambam say it? We see in Rambam, the Rambam tries to answer this kasha. The Rambam stresses, the Rambam wants to tell us, as much as it was for his protection, he thanks Hashem for his being saved, so it's a personal thing. It's not really personal. This gufe is something that has to do with everybody. Where do we see it in the Rambam? In the Mishnah, it says like this, people would escort him home, and he would make a party for his friends. Rambam makes two changes. Number one, he writes, everybody followed him home. Mishnah didn't say, Mishnah said people followed him home. But the thing, the Rambam skips the words for his friends. He said, and he made a party. Why does the Rambam do that? Why wouldn't the Rambam write exactly the way the Gemara writes? The Mishnah. To teach us that the fact that the Kohen Gadol made this party, it's not a personal thing. And B'meila, he would, first of all, it's his own thing. He would go home. It's his thing. And he would make a party for his friends. That's his personal thing. Elo, the Rambam wants to tell us, it's shayach to everybody. Everybody followed him home. And therefore, the Rambam also skipped the words for his friends, which means that the Rebbe says in the order, probably he only made a party for his friends. He didn't make the party for 500,000 people. But the Rambam doesn't want to stress that word to show it's not something personal to him, and B'meila he included his friends. This whole thing that he made this party and he went home thanking Hashem for being safe from the sakana is something that has to do with everybody. So we must say, according to Rambam, even though the party was thanking Hashem for being protected, it's not connected to because he did the Aveda. It's still part of the halacha of what the Aveda was on Yom Kippur. Everyone took part in the escort. Everyone was part of the party. This is the main words. Because whatever the Kohen Gadol did on Yom Kippur, it wasn't his own thing. It was a representative of Klal Yisrael. If it's a representative of Klal Yisrael, so when he was protected in the Aveda that he did, even though it's a thank that he gave personally to the Eibishter, it's still negated. It's still part of the Aveda. Because since he was a representative of Klal, so whatever happened to him is negated to the Klal. And if it's negated to the Klal, it's part of what happened. And Rebbe will explain it even more. This is just the general word, that it is negated to the Klal, even though it's a thanks for his personal thing. But to explain this, the Rebbe says, I will explain by bringing another change that the Rambam made compared to the Mishnah. The Mishnah never bekitza. The Mishnah says very short. It says he changed to his own clothes, and they escorted him home. The Rambam adds a few words before that. He says he changed to his clothes, and he went home, and everyone escorted him to his house. Everyone understands that the Kohen Gadol went home. Why did the Rambam add? The Mishnah says he changed to his clothes and they escorted him home. Well, obviously he went home. They escorted him home. Why does the Rambam have to put in and he went home? Obviously he went home. Why did the Rambam add it? Another question. What's the gay the Rambam say that he went home? What's the he went home wherever he went? The Beis Achrei, he went someplace else. The main thing is he left the Beis Hamikdash and they escorted him. If he went home, why does the Rambam mention? Why does the Din mention that? From that seems the Rambam wants to tell us that the fact that he went home is not the way we think. His job was the Aveda and Yom Kippur and Beis Hamikdash. Now it's over. Now it's what should he do? So he went home. There's nothing significant in his going home. So the Rambam wants to tell us it's not. His going home at the end was part of the Aveda. And this is more why it's written in the Avedas of Yom Kippur. And he'll explain why. That's what the Rambam changes from the Mishnah. The Mishnah does, it mentions that he got home only in connection to the escorts. They escorted him home. But the Rambam, besides that, Higdim writes before the V'yetzel that he goes home, but goes not only in connection that other people went. That comes behemshech to all the things that the Kohen Gadol did, as the Rambam explains it. After he washed his hands and took off his big dizov and put on his own clothes. Part of what that he was supposed, this all was part of the Aveda. He went home, it's also part of the Aveda. How did he go home? But with the escort. But Lopel, the Rambam is telling us that going home at the end of the Aveda is not something that came when the Aveda is over. Now he's nothing to do. He goes home. This itself is part of the Aveda. But that we have to understand. Why is this considered? The fact that he went home. It's one of the details of the Aveda of the Kohen Gadol. How is that? So the Rebbe says the pshat is like this. The Kohen Gadol goes home. Nichshev, it's considered kegmar v'siyum avidosa b'yom kippurim. That's not something after the Aveda. this is the end of the Aveda. Why? And he says, why? The Gemara says that before Yom Kippur, 7 days before, there was a halacha that the Kohen Gadol has to leave his house, separated from his house. As we learn it out from the 7 days of Miluyim by the Mishkan, or Mimatan Torah. Mimatan Torah was also the same way. But anyway, the fact is that we have a halacha, Shavedes Yom Kippurim, Dereshes, Matzav, Shel Prishus, HaKohen Gadol Mebeisei. The Aveda of Yom Kippur requires him to stay away from his house for 7 days. Since it's part of the Aveda, we learn now that he has to stay away. We know See, people might think the reason he had to stay away 7 days is a side matter. So he should have time to prepare himself properly. It's not that. The fact that he's doing the Aveda is almost as if saying, the Aveda of Yom Kippur started when he got away from his house for 7 days. So if that's part of the Aveda, coming home is then, before he left the house, now he's coming home to his house. The leaving the house is the beginning of the Aveda. So coming home is not after the Aveda, but that's part of the Aveda. They say the that's why the Rambam brings the fact that he went home. Part of what was done on that day, the Aveda of that day, and it's not enough just to write everything he did till then. Till then was the Aveda. This is every day after. No, the Rambam doesn't do that. The fact that he was going home is part of the Aveda of that day. The Yeshlema, the Rebbe says, you could even add, this is probably the reason why the way he got home is not just he walked home. Everybody escorted him. You could say, normally you think, why did they escort him? How did you push up shot? Kohen Gadol, such a holy person, after the Aveda, people gave him covet. No, mainly it was to show and to stress they wanted to show that what he's doing now is also part of the Aveda, which is for us. The Aveda of Yom Kippur of the Kohen Gadol was representative of all the Eden. Going home, they wanted to show we're also part of it. So showing that this is part of his Aveda. Now we'll understand what the Rambam says. The Yontev that he made a Yontev. Why did they make the Yontev after that? Thanking because he came out b'sholem. But we asked the Shayla, if he came out b'sholem, that's his personal thing. And why would it be part of the Aveda? That shows like this. On one hand, since the Loshen is al sheyotzo, shows that the reason he made the party was because he went out, thanking Hashem, taking him away from the Sakona. Not thanking him because he had opportunity to do Aveda. So that's one thing we see here. That's al sheyotzo. He made a party, thanking Hashem, but he went out of the Sakona. On the other hand, the Rambam wants to tell us it's personal, but it's not personal. There's no such thing as personal by him. His personal things are really part of the klal of the Aveda. The key mishagama yitzim and akedah shechelik u'maisa Kohen Gadol v'yemzeh. Since coming home, going home, is part of what he was supposed to do on that day. Shalei nigmara b'shlemus ha'shnim sebebeis. The Aveda is not finished. In other words, this is the end of the Aveda, not after the Aveda. So therefore, shekulam also Kohen Gadol. The Kohen Gadol did everything. Shluchim shekol Yisrael. Everything in the Aveda during the day, he did it as a shliach of all the Eden. So now that he's making a party, being happy, thanking Hashem that he was out of the place of Sakona, really what it means? The simcha that he's able to finish the Aveda by going home. That's simchas kol am kula, the simcha of everybody. That's why the Rambam says he went home, everyone escorted him, because even though the Rambam holds he did it, the party, because he thanked Hashem for going out of a Sakona, nevertheless, it's part of the Aveda, and the Aveda is negated to all the Eden. And that's why the Rambam writes it in the Seder of all the things that happen. The Rebbe I could explain it even deeper. This idea of coming home, even a deeper look. We find by Yom Kippur, Yom Kippur something unusual. When he brought his korban, because there were three things: one kapara for himself, one kapara for the Kayanim, and one kapara for Klal Yisrael. The kapara for himself was himself, and it had to be for his wife also. Besides the one that was for the brothers, the Kohanim. Now, it's a strange thing. Why would you have to think of his wife that day? The Inyan Zesh at Tzorach Liyas Kaporas base, the fact that Yom Kippur he had to bring a korban also for his wife. Negeya leklolas aveda say, it's not only one thing, a detail you have to have for your wife. It's negeya to the whole aveda. How do we see it? Okay, Psak Rambam. The Rambam says, Shavedes hayem hakel osui v'kein godel nosui. Everything that the ken godel today had to be married. Shenemer v'chiper bade bad beise beise zuishtei. It says that he brings a kapara for him and his beise, which is wife. So the halacha is not only that he has to have in mind or he has to bring it for his wife. He has to be married. Yom Kippur, the ken godel, if he's not married, can't do the aveda. Actually, it says that they used to prepare another wife if in the middle his wife died or something, because you have to be nasi. And the question is why? Why is negated? And advarim tzrichim bir. We have to understand. Why did the Torah say he has to be a married guy? The kasha is even stronger. The aveda itself, we say he has to be away from his wife. 7 days before he had to be away from his wife. Certainly on Yom Kippur. So on one hand, we say it's a way that he's separated from his. On the other hand, we say that he has to include his wife and he has to be married for Rabbi Yom Kippur. So one of the explanations, the Rebbe says like this: Look at this way. The Sawyer, there was the Sawyer, the goat that they sent to Azazel and thrown down the mountain. It says was a kapora for all the Yidden. The Rambam says like this: because the Sawyer that was sent to Azazel is a kapora for all the Yidden. By every korban, you have to say vidu. You have to confess that we sinned and we're asking for a kapora. But the lotion that he used in Ken Godel, the first one, he had vidu on himself. His first korban was for me and my wife. The next korban, he made vidu for all the Kohanim. The third korban was the vidu for all the Yidden, which means Hainu Sheken Godel Eimer Vidu B'Shlichus Kol Yisrael. The Ken Godel said this vidu as a shliach of all the Yidden. So it's a general thing of Klal Yisrael. Look at the Rambam. The Rambam says, when does it forgive? If a person did tshuva. So any individual who did not tshuva, the soyer wouldn't forgive. We just finished saying that the soyer is for the tzibur. So if it's the tzibur, so it's for everybody. The kapor of the soyer, which is the tzibur, not from the individuals. But boy, they can godel shliach tzibur to call Yisrael. And who brought it? The king godel was the shliach of all the Yidden. But ein echala la yochid didn't also tshuva. It has to be that the yochid should do tshuva. The nimtzah, so from this it comes out shekapora zu yesh dover bifuchi. This kapora, there's two opposites. Ima yesh hasoyer inyan shel tzibur. On one hand, this soyer is an inyan has to do with the Klal Yisrael. Shapiro dover hashayach laklal kulei. Bibli shayches miyichedes yochid. If it shayches to the tzibur, it shayches to everybody as one unit, not to individuals. It says if someone wants to give money to the Beis Hamikdash, has to give it away, and the Lashon Gemara is to give it away very good. You have to decide that you're giving up your ownership. Very strong. Because you have to lose your personal ownership, your personal identity when it comes to tzibur. So the chud of this korban was for the tzibur, so the yochid doesn't play a role here. And on the other hand, it's not for everybody, but it's every individual separately. He's missing the kapora. So what does this mean? It's all behemshah to what we said before, that the Ken Godel made the party as part of his personal thing. On the other hand, it was negated to the tzibur also. So the Ken Godel Aveda on that day was personal, together with the tzibur. The tzibur is the yochid, and the yochid is the tzibur. Yesh leimer, the Rebbe says, you could say, shezeo echod hataimim shaken godel hevi parla kaporas atzmei. That's a reason why he had to bring his own korban. It's a strange thing. Since you bring the one thing that was for everybody, for all Yidden, the Ken Godel is also a Yid, so he's also included. Why does he need a separate korban for himself? Since he did it, his Aveda was for all the Yidden. So he had to have these two things. We said in Aveda was two things, for the Yochid and the Tzibur. So he also had to work on that day with the two inyonim. Sure. First of all, who ish tzibur? He's a community person. Shlucham ubokechem shekol Yisrael is the shliach and the representative of all the Eden. The fact that he's an individual, a separate person, was not bottled. He had to bring a part for himself. And that's the reason why he had to be married. He should include his wife in his own kapora. That stresses the fact that he brings his own korban and he says his own vidui. Ace is a Leib. He's not doing it as part of the tzibur. Which is only cloud. He wants to have to show that he is ish prati. And ish prati means, how do you show he's ish prati? Him and his wife. It's his own, my personal family. So he had to do both. And this explains what the Rambam writes. Now we're going back. This is what the Rambam writes at the end. The King Gadol went home. Shapiro, what does that mean? This fact that he went home, and he went home to his own personal home, is part of the Aveda, because his personal thing is really the tzibur. The tzibur is his personal. So when he made a party for going out b'sholem and being saved, it's a party for everybody because it's part of the cloud. Because coming home is not just because the Aveda is finished. Now you go home. But he's allowed to go home. What is the meaning of coming home? That itself is part, the end of the Aveda Yom Kippur. Which a Kapora Yom Kippur has an effect on every individual. It was the Kapora of his house, of his wife, which is called the house. So therefore, his coming home is the end of the Aveda. Like I said before, leaving the home is the beginning, coming home is the end. And B'meila, the Rambam writes it in the Seder of the Aveda of Yom Kippur, even though it was really for his being saved from Sakana. Now the Rabbi is going to explain it al Chassidus like this. Very interesting. Aveda Saken Gadol b'Yom Kippurim is betachlis aprishus v'akdush. On Yom Kippur, the Ken Gadol was completely separated from the world, from Gashmi, is very, very holy. When he went to the Kedesh HaKadoshim, he went in on the holiest place of the world, Kedesh HaKadoshim. He went in on the holiest day of the year, which is Yom Kippur. He himself is the holiest person. So you can imagine the level of Kedusha that was there. But that's not the goal. The goal is not to separate from the world and be the holiest person. You have to bring Kedusha into the world. You have to make it dira b'tachtenim. And that's the reason. That's why as soon as he finished the Aveda in Kippur, he went straight home. Because that's the tachlis. The tachlis is to take what happened, the Kedusha of Yom Kippur, and bring it home. He went from two extremes. From the highest extreme of the Aveda Yom Kippur, straight home, without anything in between. That's the tachlis of his Aveda in the Kedesh HaKadoshim. Laham shekdusha zu gam bebeisik, to bring it home. So that's the connecting what we said before, that this is part of the Aveda, because this that you have to be mamshek the kedusha into your house. That's the tachlis of the Aveda of Yom Kippur. So going home, which means bringing along the kedusha into the home, that's the tachlis of the Aveda. That's part of the Aveda. Not only part of the Aveda. That's the end of the Aveda. It means that's the goal of the Aveda, to bring it home. That's pshat also, a deeper pshat, when it says he made the party because he came out b'sholem. Now, where else do we find such a loshon that he came out b'sholem? We find when the Rabbi Akiva. It says that 4 people went into the pardes. 3 of them, one died, one became a shugya, one went off the derech. Rabbi Akiva, it says, Nichnas b'sholem v'yotze b'sholem. He went in peace and came out with peace. It says the same loshon that's here. And Chassidus says, what does that mean? Al derech loshon chazal b'negei Rabbi Akiva, nichnas b'sholem v'yotze b'sholem. So the Chassidus says, sheknisos the pardes so be'efen she'etze b'sholem. Why Taka did he go out in peace and they didn't? Another shaila. The difference between him and the other 3 is the other 3 didn't come out properly. He came out properly, but they all went in the same. So it should have said, Rabbi Akiva, Yotza B'Sholem, he came out. We're saying Rabbi Akiva, he's different. He went in peace. So Chassidus says that why Taka did he go out in peace and they didn't? When he went in B'Sholem, he went in with the right attitude. He went to the high madrege, away from the world. So they went away to the world to get away. Didn't work. He went away from the world knowing that the purpose is not that. He went so high, he should be able to gain Kedusha to bring it back down. So that was Lechatchila, his point in going in. That's why he came out. But the lotion that it says there is Yotza B'Sholem. And here it says the same thing. He made a party connected to Yotza B'Sholem. Achrei became Godel. This word is a remez, that the reason he made the party, because just like Rabbi Akiva, Yotza B'Sholem means he came down in peace, came down into the world, not all the way up. They can go to the same thing. Even though he went to the Kedesh HaKadosh, he went in the highest Kedusha, the highest elevation and away from the world. In the Yotza B'Sholem, he came out B'Sholem. In other words, he realized that the Tachlis is, like by Rabbi Akiva, to come back. How did he express it? As soon as he left, Yotza L'Beisei, he went. Shouldn't be an interruption, because if you interrupt from the high madrege till you get home, so maybe in between you'll get lost someplace. He went straight from there to finish and to fulfill what the Eibishter wants, to make a dira b'tachtenim. So Itake made the party because he was protected. But Lapel, there's a deeper shot here. He made the party al sheyotza b'sholem, that he was able to fulfill what the Eibishter want, that he wants a dira b'tachtenim. That's why he came home.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yes. Gute Nacht, everyone.